And we're live in 2. Hello, we are live. Welcome to Cthulhu and Cairo review. Probably our most rambunctious start as we ever had.
Holy.
Lives have been threatened.
Yep.
I mean, we can make it a really short show. These episodes are incredible. They're suspenseful.
Yeah, very suspenseful. Very surreal.
And damn it, Raz.
Damn it,
Wow.
Raz.
I'm getting Amanda's looks of like we talk about how I wish you were in the area. I would have come over. I would have stopped by tonight. No, I'm happy I'm in Jersey. Stay there. You're so angry right now. I don't even want to. No,
We're good.
We're good.
People are violent, man.
Jesus.
People have been threatened. Animals have been threatened.
I mean,
Somebody needs to call police.
fully admit that I am, on a variety of levels, super upset about this group of episodes. Like, very upset. I'm just upset.
I think we should lead off with you then, Amanda. How did you feel about these shows?
Well,
I'm upset.
I'm just upset. I'm upset. Well, like, Raz, you're just so fucking incredible at the cliffhanger, and all 3 of these episodes are like cliffhanger, 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 and I'm just like, are you fucking serious? Like, and then like the start of from going into 77 to 78,
Oh
it
yeah.
was like a cliffhanger, and then like this jarring fucking what the fuck is even happening? I literally was like, did I miss something? Like, I don't understand what's happening. Like, I had to listen for a disgustingly long amount of time before I realized what was happening.
Oh.
Like, and I will tell you, this is a sign. Like, I tell you guys, I'm not super clever. And this is the shit that I mean, that I had to listen to this episode for an embarrassingly long amount of time before I figured out what the fuck was happening.
You're talking about 78?
Yes.
Yeah.
Embarrassing. And I was just like, oh.
I know. Even
Okay.
Melinda's like in the chat going,
You know,
I'm listening to 78. What the hell?
I thought I knew where he was going. So to find out if I was right, I listened ahead an episode, right?
yeah.
Amanda, I can't give you any spoilers because I still don't know.
just like I said, it was embarrassing for me.
Yeah.
Like how long I listened to 78 before I realized what the fuck was happening. And,
Don't you?
And of course, I texted the group chat. I'm like, did I pick up on the wrong? Like, did I miss something? Did something happen? And Raz in his fucking glory. Right.
Raz outdid himself.
You'll figure it out. And I'm like, no, motherfucker, I won't figure it out. I am not the one that's going to figure it out until an embarrassing.
Isn't Russian mythology and lore great? It's so wonderful, isn't it? It's great. I love it. It's the best.
The man in the cabin, is that a bit of actual Russian folklore?
Yeah.
What if I wanted to look up more? What would I look for?
They have a whole thing about a doll maker.
Yeah.
Doll maker. Okay, that'll do. I just needed a keyword because it was fascinating.
That's like, yeah. Go in the workshop.
You can deep dive on that, brother. It's some good
I've
stuff.
been verbally telling my husband what's going on, and he's like, "What?"
It's some good. Yeah, I mean,
Go ahead.
it's right up there with Baba Yaga. I mean, yeah.
I also want to explain I have a personal phobia for like uncanny valley stuff. Like that is a personal phobia of mine. So like that fucking played right the fuck into it.
What is it about dolls, right? I mean, me too, totally.
Dolls,
I mean,
I can't. Fucking marionettes are like my biggest like fear in the world. Like marionettes and dolls and shit. Like I cannot fuck with them. I can't. Like the whole Annabelle and all that shit. No, fuck you. I'm not even watching it. I already know it's gonna like plague me. And this just like played right into it. And then it stopped. It went to terrible. It was
absolutely hate dolls in any game. I don't care what the game is, especially in a horror game. My favorite one, James loves telling people this one. We were playing the new Ravenloft in U5E Strahd, right? It was the beginner one, Hell House, I believe it was, or something like that. It's just a quick little intro into it, and it's basically like a haunted house kind of a deal. You're wandering through it, and I was just trying to be goofy. I was like, I made like a halfling with like a height complex. He had like a really tall hat and carried a longbow, even though he had to like jump up on something to shoot it. You know?
That's funny.
Yeah, and he was describing this one room, like one of the kids' rooms, and he's like, "Yeah, so there's a small bed over here in the corner, and you go over there as a nightstand, and over here is this doll with this rocking chair with a doll in it, and I rolled a hit. I'm like, I rolled 19 to hit the doll." He's like, what? I rolled 19 to hit the doll. He's like, it's just a doll. It's like, it is now.
It's a doll with an arrow in it. Now it's a doll with a fucking arrow in it.
Exactly. It ain't going nowhere because it's stapled to that damn rocking chair. Is what it is. With an arrow.
I appreciate that you have that same like.
And then in reverse too. I mean, there's nothing creepier than messing. My favorite one, like I ran for Raznim, is that coming full circle. The first chapter is this little girl with a doll that mysteriously gets wet, and they're like, "What the hell's up with this doll?"
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
It's
I
creepy.
think I played that. Yeah, that is.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite ones to run. I absolutely love running it.
So if you ever get a chance and you're in the mood, maybe we'll do it when we're together at Origins, Amanda. We'll watch Robert. The whole story about Robert the doll.
Nice.
Robert is in Florida. If you ever get a chance to look him up, he's the most famous haunted doll ever. And Annabelle's like a smidge compared to what Robert's done.
I mean,
Robert's
I can
awesome.
guarantee you 100% that there will never be a point that you will get me to watch that video. Never.
You're so
Not a
busy.
point.
Yeah.
No, you can get my husband to do it, and then he'll tell me all the shit that he saw, and then I'll be like, okay, that's cool.
You have to. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Matt.
Oh my God! What was it? Last year, the year before, Elisa's doll that she brought to Origins.
That was
Remember
amazing.
That was
Oh
That was
my
amazing.
God! She
Hell
had
of a prop.
created an amazing doll. Like I think Resident Evil, the new Resident Evil, was just out then.
Yeah, something
And
like that.
they had that creepy ass doll in that video,
Mhm.
in that video game, and she mocked up one, a really creepy look, all bashed up and miscolored painted and stuff. It was creepy
It was
as hell.
awesome.
She had really entertaining time getting through TSA with those.
Yeah.
They opened up a suitcase like, what the fuck is that?
True.
They didn't want to touch it, did they? They didn't touch it.
They were like, I was
That's
like,
before they saw her in her costume and makeup.
exactly. Yeah, she came in full costume too, for the games. But yeah, I was like, you know how close you were to go in that special room over by the TSA. A room you never walk out the same again.
Honestly, with the doll, she was probably pretty far away from it.
I mean, I was like, I would look if I was a TSA agent and I saw that in a suitcase, I'd be like, that's a cocaine doll. You put that in the water, it turns to cocaine. I know it.
Do I need to look up Russian folklore doll maker? Because I did Russian doll maker, and that wasn't folklore, but it was
little nesting dolls. Oh, did it take you to?
Apparently, there was
a
this
really
guy that took up
interesting
these girls' corpses and turned them into dolls.
So these are stories. The original idea for the Russian doll maker came from, if I'm remembering correctly, a friend of mine who told me about Russian gypsies that had the beliefs of a man who would fashion for parents who had lost children these dolls. So I didn't have to really look much up. I played off of what he had told me a few years ago, and he was a Russian gypsy, Roma blood way back. But it was part of the folklore. So I would assume you could find it if you just look, but it should be under. Yeah, they're in there.
God.
Just know, viewers, if you look up Russian doll maker, you are not going to get folklore, but which makes it even more disturbing.
There you go.
I want to ask a question because, again, I'm just not super clever, but I want to make sure that I understand that 76 and 77 are basically like Bottom's dreams. Like a dreamscape that he's having
while shot, yeah. So Bottom's getting all those visions while he's in a state.
Okay, I just again, not super clever. So I'm just make sure that I
Yep.
But yeah, let's discuss it. 76. I mean, yeah, they were, they just fought off those wolves.
Yep.
And then they were wandering about trying, after like 22 inches of snow, trying to figure out they're not getting the truck out of here.
No.
So they were trying to find some help, and then they wandered up on a cabin, which leads us into 77. And in 77, they run across the cabin, and the old guy comes out of the woods with rabbits, blah, 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 blah. That's all great. Hey, it's awesome. And then, bring Jack, and who was it? Was it Faye? Was it Faye? Yeah, Jack and Faye decided to go check out the shed because Jack's like, I'm checking my 6. I'm never going anywhere. I don't know.
That's just Jack.
I don't know what's going on. That's Jack. And I was completely legit. It's like, what's that creepy ass old lean-to over there? Yeah, I'm checking that out. And then, dozens and dozens, like 70 to 80 dolls' heads all strung along the ceilings. I'm like, yeah, I'm out. Totally out. I'm out. I'm totally out. It'd be me. I'm like, no, we're getting that. GTFO. Get your shit. Let's go. Put the spoon down. Put the cup down. We're going.
Thanks for the rabbit.
We're out.
Do you mind if I just want to, if you don't mind, I'd like to take a minute to like talk about 76 specifically, because for me, like, I just wanted to talk about how lighthearted this episode is while still having that fucking undercurrent of fear that Raz is so good at. Like, the players are laughing, and there's a moment that like Catherine is talking about, like, we should just all get naked, and they're, we all just die.
Dying.
Like, fuck it, like, we're just gonna drink some vodka and fuck it, we're dead. There's no and it's very light in the players aspect, but Raz has this fucking undercurrent. Like, you still know that the danger is there. It's still like, and it's so beautifully crafted by the players and their lightheartedness and Raz and that and still keeping that undercurrent. And it was such an enjoyable episode for me. Like, I just didn't want to gloss over it.
Oh no.
Like, it was so great and wonderful to listen to. I just wanted to make sure that we touched on how great that episode was. And fucking Raz, man.
Because we're sitting here listening, going, how are they going to get out of this? It's not a little bit of snow. The truck's not going anywhere.
Yeah. We're 100 miles
in the
into
middle
BFE.
of nowhere.
100 miles into BFE in the middle of Russian blizzard. Yeah, we're all dead. We're so dead. We're all dead. We're dead. You feel dead? I feel dead.
But I knew they somehow, at least some of them would have to get out of it, or it's the end of the show.
A TPK would be pretty shitty at that point.
Really
They all face to death,
but not unlogical. Not unlogical in Cthulhu. Like, when you're playing a Cthulhu game, like, it's not unlogical to have a TPK at that point. So it was like, I understand that there are more episodes in this podcast. So, like, I understand that somebody's getting out, or else we're creating all new characters. But it's still like that undercurrent of, oh, they're joking around now. Like, it was there, and it was very like conscious in my mind listening to it, that they're joking around, they're making all of these, like, oh, we got to get naked, and we're fuck it, we'll just, we'll drink,
swamp around, it'll be fine, it's totally fine,
right? Everything's fine. Everything's
we're all dead. We're so dead.
And you do get naked as hypothermia sets in.
I mean,
you start stripping off clothes.
Yeah.
But
my favorite part is episode 7. Where is it? I think it is Faye that doesn't want to eat the stew. Yeah, Faye doesn't want to eat the stew, and Laura's like, it's fine, it's not poison. I'm like, don't listen to that bitch.
Or Raz comes in and it's like, as a keeper for Cthulhu, I'm telling you that the stew is not poison. And I'm like, that's what the fuck a keeper from Cthulhu would tell you when they want you to eat their poison stew.
That's what Faye says.
Trying to convince him I'm not pulling a fast one.
Faye's like saying, that's exactly what a poisoner would say. What's mine? So like, but yeah, when Laura piped up, I'm like, you shut your fat fucking mouth. You got no stake in this.
Oh,
Lady Borgia.
Children know him well.
Lady Lucretia Borgia, you stop talking to me.
I had a flashback right there, man. I was like, oh no.
I'm so sorry to treat you this way, Matt.
It was well done. I mean, I played it to the hilt. I was like, she did what? Kept me compliant. I can say that much. That's for sure. but yeah. So yeah, I had a weird time with the doll maker in the room, and he's talking to Vadim, and things get really weird.
Well, it's the cabin in the woods to begin with. You know.
I mean, right. You know, you're in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, of course. Right. You know, I mean, really in the middle of nowhere.
I saw that movie.
Saying that he's known him for a long time.
He knew them. He knew everybody's name. He knew, but yeah, he really knew Vadim. Yeah. And he's like, everyone's going to be reaching me at some time or another. He's like a one of the doctors or something like that. He's just there. He's always there.
Yeah, he's an entity that's just always been around. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in the middle of a nexus or something like that.
So I'm curious, like, are we treating this like as someone that has no knowledge of what's to come?
Mm-hmm.
As a listener, am I treating this, or should I be treating this as a fever dream, or his wife is dead? Because he does say like he has brought Vadim here to pick out his children because his wife isn't there.
One should remember.
So he can't remember the children. So Vadim needs to.
He can't remember the unborn ones.
Right. That's
right. Yeah. So
his wife has already been there. I assumed to pick out the children, but now that she's dead,
they need someone to remember them, right?
Right. So, like, as someone that hasn't listened forward and doesn't know any more information, as a listener, should I be treating this as a fever dream? Or, well, I mean, it's fucking fuck.
You'll have to. Yeah,
that's. I answered my own question.
Yeah,
but it was a question that I wrote down. Like,
my take was that this was so I was way off actually, because I was assuming this was like a collective dream the group in the cabin was having while Vadim was out in the shed.
Right.
Okay, yeah, I'm not clever, like I said.
No, but that was what it led you there. I mean, like, Amanda, don't feel like, because I had a few people going to me, wait, hold up. So what happened is they all played it, and then it reset because Vadim woke up, and Vadim's like, wait. And they had I said to them, you have no recollection. Like, to you guys, this never happened. So now they had to replay the whole approach. And it was just the way it was to really give Vadim a moment. These characters were still new, right, to us at the time. Vadim's been in for about 15 episodes, but we really only seen Vadim playing off the girls. We haven't seen Vadim really sitting in a situation where he was. But to do that, I either had to pull him out and then try to find a reason what to do with the rest of the cast.
Yeah.
Or let the cast naturally do it and then go, that never happened to the rest of you guys. And they were like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was for the effect of giving Vadim a little bit of that to make him more three-dimensional, because for the longest time for me, Vadim felt very much like NPC. Insert name here. Yeah. NPC. And Scott and I didn't want that. We wanted to give him more. So this whole tragedy, this whole announcement was to really build up on Vadim.
Put him in the catbird seat.
Yeah, for a little while.
Yeah.
It was well done. And in the way the gang went back and replayed it, when you said, oh, that didn't happen to you, they managed to, they're good role players, because they managed to put themselves right back into the new situation.
Yeah.
It would never would have occurred to someone who just walked in that they'd already lived through something already. And
yeah, exactly.
This was a backup.
I'm really super glad in our sequence that this happened. Like, in our sequence of reviewing episode, that these 3 episodes culminated into having, coming off of the last bit and then coming into this and getting to see, like, it would really suck if our episode stream ended at 76. and we watched, 77, 78, 79, like I really, this little group.
I think that would have worked because 76 would have left us at the cliffhanger of, wait, did they get to the cabin at the end of 76?
Yeah. And he had said, I knew.
Yeah. And they started, and then, do I know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I think. And then 77, 78, and 79 are all what happened.
No. Yeah.
No spoilers.
Yeah, no
spoilers.
I don't know 79, so
I don't think I haven't listened to. Yeah, I did. I can't give spoilers anyway. There really weren't any. Nothing major.
There you go.
Promise.
It was like I was saying last review. This is where I picked up with him. This is where I met Raz, and he's like, "Yeah, listen to this." And I started listening to this, and right when they were making these, and I'm like, "Oh, I need to go back. I need to go way back."
How did we end up here? This isn't good.
Yeah, because we were doing the Conan stuff around not too long after this. So yeah.
So you were eagerly waiting on us to catch up to these episodes.
Yeah. For like the past what 6-7 months now. Yeah.
I appreciate you.
I play the long game like nobody's business, baby.
I'll believe it.
Yeah, exactly.
So like if I'm looking at this from a like, what the fuck is Mika? What is he? What is he, like a deity? Is he like a?
He's part of Russian lore mythology, kind of like Baba Yaga. You've heard of Baba Yaga, right?
I mean, I've heard the name. I don't really know the like connotation.
Basically, like a Russian witch, just a very, very famous Russian witch.
Yeah,
and the stories got bigger as time has gone on, kind of a deal. Yeah.
There's some places in the world that I truly believe, like Rupkund, right? When they go to Rupkund and there's certain places that have these either entities or feelings or and again, if you're fortunate enough to travel, if you're fortunate enough to go different places, even in the United States, I mean, I'm sure like Appalachians, right? There's so many places in the Appalachians, like Goatman Bridge, where you sit down there and you're like, this just doesn't feel like it's supposed to be here. Mothman, like, oh my god, I'm on the highway of Mothman. I think those things happen, or they make stories around those places because they do have that energy of being odd or awkward and when you're stuck in the snow and you're struggling and this thing comes out to you and says, I've been here for a long time making these babies and this is what I do. I'm here. Everyone comes to me in their dreams. Everyone stops by the shack at, many people do at some point.
Yeah.
But I've been waiting for you a hell of a long time, Adam. Let's go. We got to walk. And it was just to build up that supernatural tension. I
mean, I dug it because walking into this, I was like, yeah, this is a surreal moment. Right. I know this is a surreal moment, but you presented it like, hey, we're just going through woods and this is happening, So it's completely believable, like all this is going on. And I'm like, damn, this is good. Like, they walking into this just just going, and it was very well done. I can't say enough about it. It was
thank you,
superb. And then the huge shock when we come to 78 is kind of like you're catching them in media res, in the middle of a firefight, and you're like, whoa, wait, well, what happened? What? You're like, oh, they're not just screwed. They're screwed.
Yeah.
What was 76?
Exactly. It was so well done. And thank God you used a pulp character because they'd have been dead like round two.
Oh God, yeah.
They were dead. All of them dead. Round two. They were using muskets. Oh my God. Leaves a hole like that big coming out. One of them said, "Yeah, there goes your liver." I was like, "Yeah, you're not wrong."
Not that far off. Yeah. Yeah.
What is that on the truck? My spleen.
I just like it. It was very jarring for me to go from 77 to 78.
Yeah.
Like it took me. a minute, like a long minute to even figure like get my head around what was going, because I feel like you went from like lore and building a story to combat
very jarring.
like very, very drastically. And it was like you said, Matt, very jarring.
Yeah.
So it took me a long time to like really like set in.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then I heard the keeper talk about initiative, and I was like, "Oh fuck it, fuck!
Yeah.
We're all fucked." Everybody's
it hit me the same way. And I was forewarned because you had asked what the heck already in chat, so I knew something weird was going to happen.
Well, like
I'm like, what the hell?
Even like in the first 5 seconds, you say, this is going to be really confusing, but hang on, it'll make sense. Yeah. I'm like, okay, all right, now, and then I was ready.
I missed that because I was transferring laundry over from the dryer to the washer, and I was like, okay, it's an episode transition, so I'm going to let the first part of the episode play out.
Yep.
The introduction and stuff. So I had moved laundry and then went back in there in combat, and I was like, what the fuck is happening? Like,
yeah,
what? And then I thought, okay, it started the wrong episode for some reason. It went back because I remembered the wolf. Like the attacks and stuff, the wolf with Jack. So I was like, okay, well, apparently like my phone started the wrong episode.
Gotcha.
So I'm looking at that and I'm like, oh, okay, no.
So if I could quickly share a funny story. My grandfather lived through, I don't know if anybody's familiar with the H.G. Wells scare of War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
Okay. So he lived in Somerville, New Jersey. Raritan. So my grandfather was an Italian gentleman who served in World War II, and the radio's playing when he, the whole bit, and you hear, and all of a sudden these alien craft have landed in Princeton, and there's fog and there's smoke and green smoke and beams are coming out. Well, oh my God, what? Now, if you missed the opening 40 seconds of this dramatization, you missed Orson Welles say, "This isn't real. It's a dramatization of a play by a book based on H.G. Wells, The War of the Worlds. We hope you enjoy it." For the next hour and 30 minutes, he makes everybody believe that it's real. And here's the kicker about old time radio: you used to, so you'd finish Little Abner.
That was TV, dude. Yeah.
And it took you 25 seconds to get the right dial in to get to the next show you wanted to listen to.
Yeah.
So everybody missed that opening.
Yeah.
So my grandfather and 20 of his friends from Raritan grab anything they can and are running to the Somerville Circle because they said the alien craft is in Somerville, and my grandfather's running after it, believing it was real. I've always wanted to do something like that. So in the very beginning, it's gonna be confusing, but don't worry, we're gonna figure it out. Here we go. So yeah,
it was well done. Perfect.
I appreciate you giving me a heart attack.
Sunday. He never forgave Orson Welles. Every time he was on the screen, I hate that fucker.
He made his career on that one show.
Well, yeah.
Well, I guess the panic in the U.S. wasn't as bad as the myth would have it, although it was pretty bad in New Jersey. But there was a radio station in South America that replicated it, and people just went because they didn't learn from what happened in New Jersey.
New Jersey was
and it was taken even more seriously.
The state police couldn't get them on the line. There were so many calls coming in. Where in Princeton? Like, where are they coming from?
Yeah,
which just makes you panic more.
Yeah.
Only second in place to the Great Thanksgiving Day WKRP turkey drop.
There you go.
Is great moments in radio.
I thought they could fly.
That's my husband's favorite thing.
Absolutely. They're hitting the ground like sacks of wet cement.
Holy humanity.
Holy humanity. He was completely channeling the
Hindenburg.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah. Which also happened in New Jersey, not far from us.
You get the weirdest shit, man.
I know. We
it's
try.
New Jersey.
We try.
Excellent. Well, anybody got anything else they want to say about this? We're wrapping up on our half hour here.
Hold on, I have
she
so
has
many notes.
Notes.
So
I feel like we've dropped
OCD. I can't help it. I'm OCD.
We've dropped potential spoilers, and yet we have not dropped spoilers. If that makes sense, because it's just such a mind-bending couple of episodes.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like it when it hit.
I made a note.
She's over here going like,
It
Fuck
amused
you.
me so much that I couldn't not mention it in episode 76. The whole debacle with Ella and the placebo effect, and she's literally you're literally that is the placebo effect. She's like, but it won't really work, and you're like, that is the fucking. I laughed for a solid 10 minutes. I had to pause the podcast and laugh for I got a belly laugh out of that. You're like, that is the fucking placebo effect.
I laughed so hard.
That is what it is. And she's like, oh, and she does it in character, out of character. It's a very Ella response.
Oh yeah.
From Kayla, and I was like, this.
I laughed so hard I had to go pee. I swear to God.
Oh my God, it was.
One of my other
funny.
favorites was you rolled. Was it an Ot 1?
Oh yeah, you rolled a critical hit on one of them
in
78.
78. And you're back there and you're muttering. One of them's pacing, and I can hear you're taking your time figuring this out, and it's dragging out. And who was it, Joel or Scott, who puts on
Joel.
a sports announcer
That's fucking
voice?
Joel right there.
Yeah.
And it's over everything else, so it's louder than everything else, and he's doing it like a sports announcer making the calls, and it was hilarious.
That's Joel.
That's Joel.
Oh yeah, and then
It was
Kyla's like,
perfect.
it wasn't a Kyla who's like, isn't that double damage? That's double damage. On the critical hit. And Laura's like, how about you shut the fuck up?
Right.
Like a cross between the PBS announcer and a sports announcer's voice,
Kayla,
like for tennis.
Oh, you got it for a critical, and Catherine's like, "Are you fucking serious? Did you just shut the fuck up? Hey, did you really have to point it out that you got a critical on me?
Roll double damage on me. It's on me.
It's supposed to be max damage."
I love you had to take a picture so they believe you.
It was classic. It was one of those classic game moments you just can't get around. It's just amazing.
It's amazing when some people don't want to make the listen, obviously we all know what it is, right? But for her to remind me, it's because I don't want. Hey, by the way, you're supposed to really hit the shit out of that. What's good for us is good for you. I'm like, okay, Kayla, thanks.
Well, it's it's a huge feeling of mine. And when I'm running a Call of Cthulhu game, I get so wrapped up in the moment when they're seeing the freaky shit that I forget sometimes to call for a sanity check.
Right.
I'm bad about it.
Yeah, I'm seeing stuff. And I always love it when one of the players like, sanity check? I'm like, yes, sanity check. And you see other players going,
motherfucker, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, exactly. So
I like Catherine because she always is, Lauren is very honest about that. She needs to take a sanity check. She does that throughout the game. She's very honest about that. Her player needs to take it. And then she fucking passes him every time. So
yeah.
She's like, I don't know why I even fucking mentioned this yet because and then she the last episode, she failed it and was like, oh well, this time I actually did fail it.
What, a point?
Yeah.
It was barely.
Yeah.
If Catherine was in the Legion of Superheroes, like the old 60s Kurt Swan Legion of Superheroes, I believe she would be reality check girl. That would be her superpower. She'd be wandering around every time somebody had something smart I say, she'd be like, really? Really? That's my superpower. She
needs that as a t-shirt.
Give her that and a flight ring. She's good to go.
True.
Exactly. Well, I think we'll call this a wrap. We'll keep on going, and we're gearing up. Again, this is going to be an awesome ride as we keep continuing through this, all the way up through our Origins live play. So excited to have you guys down for that.
Ticket.
We're good to see all of you guys. Yeah, I got my ticket.
I got my ticket.
Amanda's got her ticket. Gary's got her ticket. You should be getting your ticket too. You're going to miss out on an amazing show. Otherwise, it's going to be a lot of fun. With our special guest, Seth.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Going to be superb. It's something you definitely don't want to miss. But without any further ado, we will call this show, and we will see you guys next time.
All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks.